Tiny Loc. You are 13 years old. You live in a neighborhood where the telephone poles are tagged with 6-point stars, and the color blue is sacred. You aren't a member yet. You are a wannabe. You see the older guys on the block, the big homies. They drive cutlasses on rims. They have pockets full of cash. They walk with a limp that isn't from an injury. It's a style. You want that respect. You start hanging around the set. You don't ask to join. You just make yourself available. You run to the liquor store to buy their swishers. You hold a backpack for a guy without asking why it's so heavy. You stand on the corner and watch for the ghetto bird, the police helicopter. If you see an unmarked Crown Vic, you whistle. That's your job. You are invisible to the world, but you are auditioning for them. You make zero money. In fact, you are in debt. You are paying with your time and your risk. If the police sweep the block, the older guys toss the work in the bushes and walk away. You're the one who gets thrown against the fence. You say nothing. You take the harassment. You are proving you have heart. You are waiting for the day they stop calling you kid and ask if you're ready to get put on. Level 2, the soldier. The day comes. You are taken to a backyard or a garage. The music is turned up loud to cover the noise. You are about to get corded in. This is the test. 3 or 4 guys from the set stand around you. They are your friends, but right now, they are your enemies. They give you the signal. For a set amount of time, usually tied to the set's number, you have to fight. You cannot run. You cannot curl up in a ball. You have to throw hands. Fists fly at your face, your ribs, your stomach. You taste copper. Your eye swells shut. You get knocked down and you get back up. That is the only rule. Get back up. Then it stops. The hands that were beating you are now hugging you. Welcome to the set, cuz you are officially a soldier. You get a street name, maybe Baby Capone or Tiny Rock. You trade your civilian clothes for Dickies and blue rags. You feel 10 feet tall. But now the real work begins. You are the frontline defense. If a car full of red bandanas drives through the neighborhood, you are expected to do something about it. You aren't fighting for money yet. You are fighting for territory. You are fighting for a street sign. Level 3, the hustler. You've earned your stripes. You've proved you aren't soft. Now you need to eat. You become a hustler. You realize that banging isn't just about colors. It's about commerce. The set controls the drug trade in the apartment complex. You are the hand-to-hand guy. You stand in the breezeway or the alley. A car pulls up. You make the exchange. You are making $300 or $400 a day. You buy fresh sneakers, Jordans or Cortez. You buy a gold chain. You start to feel the power of the dollar, but you have to kick up. You pay dues to the set to buy guns, to pay for bail, to help the families of the homies who are locked up. You learn the geography of the city by where you can't go. You can't cross Western Avenue. You can't go to that specific gas station on Florence. You are a target. You carry a tool. A pistol tucked in your waistband. You check your mirrors every time you drive. You stop sleeping deeply. Every car backfiring sounds like a drive-by. You're living fast, but you know the statistics. Most guys at this level don't make it to 21 without catching a case or a bullet. Level 4, the big homie. You survived your teenage years. That alone makes you a veteran. You are 22, maybe 23. You have done a stint in county jail. 18 months for possession or assault. You didn't snitch. You walked the main line and represented the set. Now you are back on the streets, and you are a big homie. You don't stand on the corner anymore. You have Tiny Locs doing that for you. You sit on the porch or in the barbershop overseeing the operation. You are a mentor. You teach the young ones how to spot an undercover cop. You teach them how to stash product. You break up fights between the younger guys before they turn deadly. You are the manager of the block. You make $1,500 to $2,000 a week. You drive a nice car, maybe an Impala or a Charger. Kept clean. You have a girl, maybe a kid. You start thinking about the future, but the past is heavy. You have enemies you don't even know. Rivals from 10 years ago still remember your face. The police have your photo in a binder labeled known gang members. You can't just get a job at a warehouse. Your tattoos and your file follow you everywhere. The set is your only employer. Level 5, the enforcer. Not everyone is a businessman. Some guys are specialists in violence. You are an enforcer. When the set has a problem that words can't fix, they look at you. A rival set has pushed into your territory. Someone owes a debt and refuses to pay. You are the hammer. You don't do this for the thrill anymore, it's a duty. You load up the car with 3 younger soldiers. You drive into enemy territory. You are calm while they are nervous. You execute the mission. You are feared not just by your enemies, but by your own guys. When you walk into a room, the laughter stops. You have respect, but it's a cold, hard respect. You spend a lot of time looking over your shoulder. The police are constantly trying to pin a murder on you. You change your phone number every 2 weeks. You stay at different houses. You know that one slip-up, one witness, one DNA match, and you are gone for a date. Level 6. The shot caller. You catch a case. It was inevitable. The state sends you up for 15 to 20 years. You think your life is over, but in the penitentiary, a new game begins. You go to a level 4 maximum security yard. The racial politics inside are absolute. You align with the other Crips. Because of your history on the street and your silence in the interrogation room, you rise. You become a shot caller for your car. You run the yard. You decide who eats and who gets disciplined. You negotiate with the leaders of the Bloods and the Sureños to keep the peace, or to start a riot. You control the flow of contraband. Phones, drugs, tobacco. You are making money from inside a cage. You send orders back to the streets through visits and coded letters. Green light this guy, tax that guy. Your word is law on the outside because you control the fate of anyone from the neighborhood who lands on the inside. You have power, but you are living in a 6x8 concrete box. You have authority, but you haven't touched a woman or walked on grass in 5 years. Level 7, the OG. original gangster. You beat the case on appeal, or you did your time and parole let you out. You are 35 or 40 years old. You are an OG now. You are ancient in gang years. You return to the neighborhood, but it looks different. The young guys don't know who you are. They look at you like an old man. You have to reestablish your dominance, but not with your fists. You use your reputation. You become the diplomat. You settle disputes between different Crip sets to stop them from killing each other. You organize the hood days, the block parties where everyone comes together. You might try to go legit. You start a trucking company, a clothing line, or manage a rapper. You try to wash the money. You tell the young guys to stay in school, even though you know they're looking at your jewelry and ignoring your words. You are a father figure to 100 fatherless boys, but the police never stop watching. To them, you aren't a community leader. You are a RICO target. They are waiting for you to make one phone call to touch one package so they can bury you for good. Level 8, the triple OG. This is a rare air. Most don't make it here. You are in your 50s or 60s. You knew the founders. You were there in the beginning, or close to it. You are a triple OG. You don't live in the hood anymore. You live in a suburb, maybe even out of state. You move in silence. You are the historian and the supreme judge. When a war breaks out that threatens the business of the entire organization, you are the one they call. You don't shout, you whisper, and armies move. You have connections in the music industry, the prison system, and the streets. You are a myth to the 15-year-olds banging on the corner. They say your name to get out of trouble. You have survived shootouts, riots, and indictments. You carry the scars of 3 decades of warfare. You look at the news and see the cycle repeating. The same blocks, the same beefs, the same funerals. You feel a heavy responsibility, but also a deep exhaustion. You built an empire, but the cost was everyone you ever grew up with. Level 9, the end. You are sitting in a visiting room or maybe a hospital bed. You look back at the pyramid. You see the Tiny Loc on the corner thinking he's going to be rich. You see the soldier crashing out for a street name. You see the shot caller rotting in solitary. You realize the truth. The gang doesn't work for you.